All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the episode 35, I believe, because I was about to say 34, but then I remember last week was, there's a little rule about that week's episode, which you can check out on the last week's episode. So, welcome back to episode
Mm-hmm.
35 of the Water and Time podcast. Your host today is me, Alan, joined by Mr. Will in his lit up room. You can see him very well. So well, in
Thank you.
fact.
Yeah,
He stands out very well. How are you doing, Will?
I'm chilling, dude. Yeah, it's a nice Monday. We're just getting over the weekend, right? Back to work for some of us. But yeah, dude, just hanging out.
You're keeping up your
I would
running, man.
go. That's right. Yeah, I ran this morning. I think I did run number 14 for this. I think it's like 80 plus runs for the marathon to prep for it. But yeah, we're starting into almost on week 5 now of a 24-week program. So getting out there, dude, getting
Oh
it
wow, you're
done.
on week 5. That's really impressive. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's the most consistent running I've ever done.
Okay, I'm on week 2. My first full week was last week for my whole
Nice.
training stuff. So I got 13 miles of mileage in for last week.
Wow, yeah, I'm not even doing like I think you were also running at that level higher than me. Because right now I'm just doing like I just got to the point where I'm doing continuous runs without walking. And so I used to do
Yeah.
like 26 minutes a day. I think it was 2 miles and I'll just slowly ramp up and then I'll start doing I think you did how long was your long run this weekend?
It was 6
Because you were
miles. It was
moving.
a 10K pretty
That's
much.
a 10K, dude. So you're already hitting 10Ks. I'm not even at 5K yet. So we'll converge soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I started
That's
earlier
great though.
and you're also you're coming at a quicker pace, so you'll be catching up eventually.
Yeah, dude.
Very soon, very soon. But yeah, or
Hell
something
yeah, homie.
else. Yeah, something else I did over the weekend was I watched the Odyssey finally
Mm,
after
yeah,
I think
you think?
like 5 weeks of the movie being out and got some IMAX tickets because definitely
Hell
you
yeah.
should see that movie in IMAX because the sound quality, which kind of has its drawbacks, but the sound quality surround sound of the IMAX experience was pretty darn good for that
Which
movie.
IMAX did you see it in?
I saw it at the Lincoln Park in Bellevue.
Nice.
So had the basically I got the tickets right as they opened because what Cinemark does is they release tickets a few days in advance. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much I like got the tickets like last like 3 days before the showing, and then I got the middle seat. So
Mm-hmm.
like I had a view of everything. It was amazing. It
Nice, dude.
was very good. And oh boy, do we have some thoughts on it. Boy, do we have some thoughts on it.
Oh no,
Yeah,
what
the
do you think?
Dude, I think the movie overall was very solid. I liked the movie. I don't have an urge to see it again, like anytime soon.
It's a long one.
Yeah, it's a very long one, 3 hours, talks about the journey, and then talks about some conflict about what to do when your king is away and possibly dead and never coming back. And then just like honor, trying to maintain honor as well, even though you used dishonor with the Trojan horse to capture the city of Troy and such. So I mentioned this at the beginning, but the sound quality. The sound quality was really good. Like there were like it was very practical. I could definitely feel like being on like the ships, being on the boats with them, uh, being in the tavern halls, like feasting on the food with them. But it's like, dude, I needed subtitles for this movie, man. Like genuinely,
Oh,
like
really?
I
Why?
just felt like I couldn't hear most of what they were saying 30% of the time.
Oh, because the sound effects were much
Yeah,
louder
the sound effects
than
was
their
so much louder
audio.
and they're just like whispering.
Mm,
Like while the torrents and the waves are just like crashing down on everyone, they're just like whispering,
yeah,
get back, we need to go, leave.
I can see the
You know.
mismatch. Yeah, it makes sense.
And like during the dynamic scenes when there's a lot of tension and the music's building up, they're still like speaking really quietly like this. And I'm like, okay, I think I know what the gist of this scene is. So but
Yeah,
like I wish there were subtitles or you just like tone down the surround sound. That could be another
yeah,
thing.
yeah. See,
Yeah,
I can't relate because I didn't see it in IMAX. So I think for when I saw it, it was like I could hear them talking. Because I know IMAX is a different level when it comes to audio, like the surround sound system.
Yeah, it makes your like my watch go off and say, "Hey, your sound decibels were at a really high volume."
Yeah, I saw.
Uh,
I know people were talking on Reddit about bringing in earplugs and stuff because sometimes the sound can get so loud.
Also, the jump scares too, like
Yeah,
like
dude.
the surround sound for jump scares because there are a few jump scares in the movie. It's just, oh my god, I
Yeah.
don't do that stuff. I just close my eyes and just open them
Yeah, no, I
every
get
few seconds.
freaked out, dude. Jump scares totally get me. I get so scared.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what'd you think about the movie, just overall? Because you
I
really
I
liked
really
it.
enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah, it was good. It was definitely. I think I agree to the point where I probably wouldn't watch it again for a while because it's just so long. But I think for a long movie, they have good pacing because it's like they'll kind of have these action moments and they'll be soft and you'll wait and other things will happen and we'll go right into another action moment. Like it's just a good flow. Maybe that's how I would phrase it. A good flow. You kind of get some breaks in there where you can just kind of chill and enjoy like watching the boats on the water. Like the cinematography was really cool. There were some really cool shots.
Dude, the movie's literally the epitome of water and time, man.
Dude,
It's
it's
literally.
literally water and time, homie. No, it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Excuse me.
I really love the scene too when he comes back and just whoops everyone's ass.
That was the best
Like
part.
that was awesome. And it's like you know who he is, so the whole time like you're hella hyped. It's like in those anime stories too, where like the main character's OP, but like nobody knows and they all underestimate him. Same shit, dude. He gets in there, he like fucking pulls the bow back and shoots his arrow, and then just starts whooping ass, dude. And
Yeah,
then after doing
the
that for a while, they finally kind of give in. They start kneeling, and it was awesome.
yeah, the he gave me Obi-Wan Kenobi vibes, like with this whole hood on and just like walking without showing his face. I was like, that's Jedi Master. Like you don't mess with that guy. Like that guy.
Yeah, I actually watched. I think after that movie, I was like, oh, I want to watch some longer form movies. I saw one of the newer Star Wars movies
Oh,
because we were
really?
talking about this. Were we talking about last stream or maybe the one before? Yeah, I think I saw the. I think there are three of them, right? The three modern ones. I just saw the first one last
Oh, okay,
week.
The Force Awakens.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. And you like that movie? Just quick
it was all right.
pivot. Okay. Yeah.
It's no Odyssey, dude. Like the
Yeah.
storytelling, like it's just not the same. And it's kind of obvious they're just grabbing the cash bag, like because there's so many fans of Star Wars. Um, but like it wasn't bad. It was still entertaining, and I'm curious. Like the cliffhanger was good. Like it makes me want to watch the next one and see what happens. So,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
but yeah,
Oh
we'll see, dude. I got a flight coming up, so I might watch it.
boy.
But let's get back
Okay.
to the Odyssey. What are your
Yeah.
final like? What are your thoughts? Like, would you out of 10? What would you give it? Or out of 5?
I mean, I think there are some more things to say, but I'd say like a solid 8 out of 10. There's another
Hmm.
thing with coming from Christopher Nolan's previous movie, Oppenheimer, because it's still
Yeah,
pretty different in terms of the story and the writing, where the sound is still, the quality of is still really good there. It's just interesting because I feel like the emotional investment I had in the characters in this movie in Odyssey wasn't as much compared
definitely. I agree.
to like Oppenheimer,
Definitely.
for example, because there's a lot of mental anguish. I mean, there's
Yeah,
mental
and
anguish here, but it's more like external because you're trying to like fight the gods as they, try to punish you.
well, it's a real fictional. I mean, Oppenheimer's real. Like that's a real historical thing that happened, right? Like the Odyssey, like, it's all it's probably maybe based on some real events, but it's all fiction.
Yeah, but
So
even
I
then,
think that
I
really
feel
changes
like,
things.
yeah, I feel like I just had trouble relating to a lot of the characters in the Odyssey. Like I was trying to think, oh, who's my favorite character from the Odyssey? I'm like, I'm kind of struggling to have like a favorite character because
Mhm.
it I wasn't really rooting for anyone in particular. Like the one thing that got to me, Robert Pattinson's character, the one who like is like trying to take
He tries to take
yeah,
over.
tries to
Yeah.
take over and stuff. I thought there would be more to him at the beginning of the movie because during one of the feasts, when I think it was Telemachus Tom Holland, the I guess the prince,
Hmm.
like I thought that Robert Pattinson's character was like kind of in cahoots with the Queen, where he's like kind of like the silent guardian, where he's playing two different sides, where
Hmm.
like he's like pretending to be this like obnoxious, like arrogant fellow, but then like in the background, because like he made a look to the Queen, and then they sort of like gave a nod to each other, like like hey, I got this. So I thought there was gonna be more to his character, but he kind of just turned out to be like, just oh, just get the shields, get the swords, get the shields, kill everyone, please kill him. you know.
I do think there was a lack of like character depth, right? Like none of the characters you really go deep on, besides maybe the main character. But even that's just like there's just not a lot of background for some of these characters.
Even the his crew, like I think the most prominent crew member was the guy that that's trying to like with the afro, or actually I don't know, just like curly hair or whatever. But he's like the one that wants to eat a lot, like because
Hmm.
they're like, hey man, if you like eat the cattle on this sun god island, like you're gonna die. And he's like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, okay, everyone promise, no eating, no eating. And then they like eat and stuff, and I think like there was a hint of a mutiny coming, but everyone basically just
yeah, for sure.
punishes themselves by going against Odysseus's word that
Hmm.
there's never any like more to the conflict, to the inner conflict between Odysseus and his men, like the growing distrust between them.
Yeah, you don't see this. I think the conflict is that just them disobeying him, right? Like you don't see any fighting, or they never actually take over. Yeah.
Yeah. And you remember that one scene like this is probably the most like notable from his crew, which was that when Odysseus is when he makes everyone put earwax in, right? Because only he
Yeah,
wants to listen to the song from the mermaids, which is like
yeah, the
tormenting you.
sirens.
Yeah, the sirens.
Hmm.
There's like one crew member that just takes off the
Yeah,
earwax.
he just dives in.
I'm like,
That homie, dude.
why did he do that?
I don't know,
Did he
man.
just wanted to hear the sirens or
I mean,
something?
he's curious after seeing, this is struggling. That was an interesting scene, yeah, where he has them just tie him up. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, just like not that much character development. I think the other thing is I think the movie kind of wanted you to know some background about the Greek gods because no one really tells you what Zeus's law,
Like
Poseidon,
Hades.
yeah, Hades, like all this stuff, like why the gods are bringing their wrath upon Odysseus and his men, right?
Hmm.
Which, like, as far as I can remember, like it's sort of like punishment for their actions during the Trojan War, and like the gods are just actively trying to stop Odysseus from returning home. Uh, and there was like some reasoning to it, but yeah, yeah, just like overall, I think the writing was. I don't know if it could have been improved because I did get the adventure part out of the movie. Like they're all just going from
Yeah,
island to island.
it wasn't about like, character development, right? It was about going over the story that's been told, for hundreds of years and making another depiction of it. And like, all these different, like you have witches, you have cyclops, you have the big, I forget what the big people were called, where they find like a child,
Yeah,
remember? And
that
they,
was
they
so
exchange
funny.
knights.
That was so
Yeah,
funny because
yeah,
they're like, wait, don't like we're not here to
yeah.
hurt
That's
you,
it.
and then the kid's
Yeah.
like, no, f you. But apparently they're like man-eating giants, is what they
Yeah, yeah,
were.
yeah. But I think that was the whole point of the movie, and I think it did a good job of that. Like, it was so interesting. It was a fun little journey to be on. A good 3 hours well spent. But yeah, I probably wouldn't watch it again. I forget how my dad met someone who was doing filmography work on because there were tons of people working on that film. But one of the guys, and he was saying it was a really hard film. Like, it was hard to be crew. I guess like they were working crazy hours. They were out in all these weird conditions,
Hmm.
and they weren't getting like I guess the food sucked, and they were cold, and it was just a hard time. So like a lot of the people on the crew, because I imagine that's a really competitive thing to get in a Christopher Nolan movie, is to be a part of the film crew and everything, and so it's probably really tough conditions to work. But I just thought that was one thing. It's like they really worked people to make that movie.
It's kind of surprising though because the budget was like 250 million. I mean, like it's a Christopher Nolan movie too, so I would hope that he has enough resources to treat the crew well, kind of thing. But
Yeah, I think it's just because people really want. I mean, that's just such a good thing on the resume to be a part of that, and so I feel like when that happens, you can really grind people. Right now, Alan's a little sick. You okay, Alan? Cough it out, dog. Dude, what's going on with you, man?
I got a sore throat.
We can hear in your voice. Are you taking any medication, dude? You got any like Tylenol? You got any Theraflu? Or
No,
you
I
just
got some
raw
honey.
dogging it?
Yeah, I got some honey in my water, man.
You got Tylenol, ibuprofen.
You
Nah, you
should
just
entertain
fucking,
us while I'm coughing it up.
you just go raw, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. Go get some cold medicine, dog.
No, it's funny because I was trying to hold in my cough like for a lot of the Odyssey, and then
Mm.
like I was just waiting for the big surround sound to kick in, and
Oh, when
then
you
just
saw, oh, you were sick when you went to go see it.
no, I was just saying I just had this sore throat.
Yeah, just caught. That's being sick, dog.
Oh shit, dude. Oh shit.
Well, I mean, is it from something like? Did you go party one night, or were you talking a lot, or is it just from a cold? It's just a cold then.
No, dude, I think it's from this toilet plunger that I bought like a few days ago. Cause
Tell me how the toilet plunger. Yeah, how does that happen? Tell me.
all right, listen, I buy this toilet plunger because I don't have a plunger at my place, and then I bring it out, right? So then I just leave it out, and I come back home like the following evening, and my home starts to like smell of like burnt rubber, and I'm
Hmm.
like, dude, what the fuck is this smell? And it takes me like a day because I'm just like I kind of just ignore it because maybe it's like my neighbor. But then
Hmm.
like I go to my bathroom and I realize, wait, like it's like coming from the plunger itself. Like the
Hmm.
plunger itself is like, black rubber, and I looked up the reviews afterwards about it that it does have a smell, and that
Hmm.
people recommend leaving it outside for a week or
Oh
two.
wow. Oh. I compared. How'd you buy it? Like at the store, at
No, just
Costco, or?
online from Amazon.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think it was like a day or two of just like smelling, intaking burnt rubber that like contributed to my sore throat. That's just me, dog. That's
From like
just
the
me.
production line, maybe like they just shipped it to you straight from China. It's like it had some lasting
Yeah, I don't know. I just
chemicals.
feel like yeah, just that smell is not good to inhale for so long.
So what'd you
So,
do?
so I put it outside. I put it outside.
Like, so is it just sitting outside in
Oh,
your hallway?
it's at I put it outside my parents' house outside
Ah,
in the
okay.
backyard.
That'd be kind of funny if you're just walking down the hallway and you just see outside of one apartment there's a plunger.
Yeah. No, it was funny because I told my
Like
parents,
a
hey,
used yeah.
dude, I told them, hey, I'm gonna put this outside because the smell is bad, and then they said okay, and then I come back the next day and I'm like, wait, where's the plunger? And then
Have to use it.
turns out my dad just brought it inside because he thought it should go inside, and I'm like, dude, now like there's like burnt rubber in the house now.
How was your dad's? Did he have a sore throat too?
Does he what?
Does he have a sore throat also?
Oh, I don't think so,
Oh
because
shit! All right.
I mean, I just took that out immediately when I noticed.
Mm,
So
I got you. I got you.
yeah, I mean, anyways, yeah, that's why I think the plunger has given me
Plunger
a sore
caught.
throat.
It could have. It could have. Like in China, dog. You never know. All that stuff's made over there. Yeah, all
Yeah.
these chemicals and things. Yeah, that makes sense, dude.
Yes.
Nice, nice,
Yeah. So
nice.
yeah, I guess final thoughts on the Odyssey. Pretty good
Good
movie.
movie. Go check it out.
Pretty good, solid.
Did you watch Spider Man?
Yeah. No Way Home. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost saw it. I might see it tomorrow again. It's every Tuesday they have the half price deal, but I just wasn't really that interested last week. I was like, maybe I want to watch the other ones first.
You're
But
tired of seeing Tom Holland and Zendaya.
yeah, maybe. But there's also another movie I was gonna see, but I think it's like an A24 film. It's Anthony Bourdain. It's just called Tony. But do you know who Anthony Bourdain is? Like the chef.
No, I do not, sir.
He like a New York City chef. He got pretty famous because he wrote a book. Like I think he was a writer actually, but and he became a chef. But he wrote a book about like the underbelly of New York City restaurants. And then he had a TV show where he would just travel around the world trying different food with like famous people.
Okay.
So he's like a pretty cool guy, and like I think he committed suicide like 5 years ago, maybe. Yeah. But everyone like loves him though. Like I don't think people really
Jeez.
talk bad about him. Like he just did a bunch of positive things I think in society about like restaurant food and all of that.
Yeah.
But they did a movie on him, like a documentary, and it's from A24. But it's like a low like independent film. I imagine their budget. Maybe I should look
Okay.
it up. What was the Odyssey budget?
250 million.
Their budget was less than 15 million. So yeah, very different.
Yeah. But you're
What
not
was
going for
Star?
practical effects there. You're more going for like
Yeah. What was Spider-Man? Is No Way Home? Is that the right?
Yeah,
No, No
I
Way
think
Home
it's
is
also like
that's 2021. No, what's the newest Spider-Man?
brand new day, brand new day.
Brand New Day, Brand New Day. What was their budget?
I think it's also like 250.
225. Dude, that's movies really are kind of investments, aren't they? Like they invest this money and they hope to get a return off of it, right?
Yeah, these big AAA ones at least
Yeah, like yeah,
are really.
Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, their box office was 2 billion and the budget was only 220 million. Like that's a 10x return. That's crazy.
Yeah, and the movie
Yeah,
hasn't even been out for a month. Oh my god.
the economics of like movies is so interesting to me too. It's like so they probably get like a bunch of investors to put money in, and then it is kind of cool because it does like you are creating so many jobs of like people like all the set crew people like you have the writers. There's so many jobs that are created. So that's kind of cool. I wonder if people like get they probably just get like a salary. I imagine like the average film crew member does not get part of the box office cut.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get a like some look at some interview or bring someone on about just like the logistics of filming a
Yeah.
movie and taking care of the crew and stuff. I know that Dave Batista, like one of the uh, you know Hollywood actors, former WWE superstar,
Uh-huh.
the he he has his own like crew, like film crew
Mhm.
that he brings to for certain movies. And I think it's like budget related sometimes where like the production company like isn't able to like fully fund things, so then like but he
Mhm.
wants his crew like cuz he trusts his people, so like he
Ah, I
brings
got
them
you.
on like and out of his own pocket too because he wants things done a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's like on that note too, there's some actors I know where they have like clauses in their contracts about the characters they play. Like Jason Statham, he can never lose a fight on camera. That might be true of Tom Cruise too. Like it's in their contract.
That that makes sense, Layla. I'm sure they have
I
like
think,
so many clauses about how to like protect their character, protect their own
yeah,
like
yeah,
image.
yeah. Keanu Reeves has one where they can't add like tears or expressions post consent. Queen Latifah's rule is that she can never die. Yeah, Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson, that's The Rock, right? Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
He was also WWE first, and then Jason Statham. They have all these clauses that they um, that if you counted points for all the hits and bruises they get, they can never lose. They can never lose a fight. Essentially, that's in their contract. So that's really funny.
Yeah, it has to
Uh,
be just about image protection at that point,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure, for
Because like if you
sure.
know your worth and you know how you're marketed and how people like look up to you or whatever, then yeah, you're gonna use that as negotiating for
Yeah, and when you're that big, you say your own terms, right? Because you probably bring
yeah,
in so much
your
money.
own terms.
Like that's the thing about it. I feel like the actors now have so much power. I don't know if it's always been like that, where actors have so much power for how a movie does, like just for branding recognition, right? Like you have Tom Holland. He's probably so big now, like to get him in a movie. Or I saw the F1 movie with oh fuck, Brad Pitt, dude, and he probably drove so much in terms of sales and revenue for that movie.
Yeah,
So
I think I've seen reports that Tom Holland for the Brand New Day movie, like he
yeah,
negotiated like a 7% back end for the I think
yeah, where all the money makes you. Yeah, that's
overall
cool.
revenue, which is yeah,
That's
insane.
a smart way to do it though, is to have a cut, right? Like that makes it probably motivates everybody.
Yeah, like, if it
Uh,
scales, then yeah, you want
yeah,
more of the money. I mean, I think the classic example that I've always been surprised about was the Matrix trilogy, where Keanu Reeves, like I
yeah.
think he somehow negotiated getting like $30 million for
Mhm.
the for one of the movies or like for the trilogy.
Whoa,
Like,
that's cool.
and this was like in the late 90s, early 2000s, right? Which is like insane for an like I think for an actor. Like you get a guaranteed um I forget the number. I think it was like even 100 million.
Yeah, but no, I think that's a good way to like do it. Is especially like maybe to be paid less upfront, but then to have like get some profit sharing. I think that's smart because then if it pops off, like you're doing pretty well, especially when you're that large of an like an actor. That's cool.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like I guess VPs and like higher up leaderships in these big companies that generate a lot of money. It's all
Yeah,
like
everybody. I mean, even you or I, like we're tech workers, right? Like we still get paid in stock. That's the exact same idea, right? It's like if we get paid, stock is a percentage of the company. It makes
Although
sense.
like different, although it's like even though like people like us, we have stock. Like we can be working on different products that generate different amounts of revenue for the company.
For
But
sure.
then like we still get similar pay. So like if
Mm,
the product that I work on generates $1 billion in like total margins, whereas
sure,
your
sure,
product
sure.
maybe generates like something else, we don't get a cut necessarily of the
Your specific product. Well, it's the whole
yeah.
company. I get what you're saying. I
Yeah.
mean, I definitely feel that because I worked in ads when I was at Google, and so like that's where all the money came from. The people who work on Gmail, like Gmail is not a profitable feature, but we're still splitting the money. But that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's cool.
But yeah, these big
Um,
top-notch actors, insane.
I'm gonna move on then and just announce we were talking about MapleStory in the past. The MapleStory Classic, which is the version from 2008, it has a launch date. And I have some gripes because one of the main developers are in the beta test for MapleStory Classic. MapleStory Classic World is what it's called. But when his name is Inkwell, he's one of like the main developers who's kind of the head of the U.S. Nexon. Nexon's the parent company. He's the head
Mm,
of the U.S. Nexon division. But in the beta, he was there, and then before the last day of the beta, he's like, "We'll see you guys soon, very soon, very very soon." So he says
okay.
that and there was no launch date or anything. So everyone's like, "Oh shit, is it going to come out like Monday? Like, is it going to come out soon?"
Okay.
And then it took them a full week before they actually made an announcement. They're like, yeah, it's going to be coming out early October. But that was like, there's a lot of I was checking like Discord like every day for that week
Oh my
because
God.
I
Yeah.
thought they might just drop it. Like when you say very, very soon, it's like you're so hyped about it.
Yeah, it
Um,
reminds me of like those albums, like music albums where you don't market them at all. You just release it.
yeah, they just drop, right? So that's what I
Yeah.
thought might happen. And we all thought that. So all these conspiracies on Reddit, it was crazy. But there is a launch date, and I wanted to pick your brain on this. So what they're having it is October 6th is when the game first comes out, but it's not like the main launch. It's called a founders launch, where and then October I think 21st, so 15 days later is the full release. That's free. It's a free
Yeah.
game, right? It's an MMO free game.
Yeah.
However, if you buy a founders pack, there are three different tiers, which they have not announced the prices yet, but you become a founding member and then you get early access basically. So they're kind of monetizing early access to the game. Um, which I've never seen before for an MMO or any game really. I've never seen them monetize it to be able to play earlier than others. I think for an MMO it's kind of interesting because you're competing with other people like to become a top player.
Yeah.
Those 15 days really matter. But I'm also the point too where I want to play this game. I've been waiting 20 years for it to come back out. I'm fucking shut up and take my money, dude. I'll pay for that founders pack for
Yeah.
sure.
Wait, so like the only thing you're paying for is just early access.
Well, no, and you get the game they've announced there's no pay to win, so you spend money for this Nexon cash that you can then use for like cosmetics for your
Sure.
characters, or like some ease of life things. We can maybe teleport around the map instead of having
Yeah.
to walk there manually. So no,
Yeah.
you probably get stuff like they haven't announced exactly what's in it, but no, you're definitely going to be getting Nexon cash and things like that too.
Yeah,
Probably
but
at a print like at a deal.
yeah, in terms of like PvP, right? Where like
Well,
you
this game is purely PvP. There's no PvP in
oh, I
MapleStory.
see, I see. Yeah, I mean in that case like then as long as you're getting whatever you're paying for, then I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
The
I think I like it too, and I kind of have this. So now that everyone's 30, right, that play this game on Reddit, people are
yes.
actually like smart, and so what they're doing is Nexon's a publicly traded company, so they're looking at their like documents they submit every quarter, right, like their financial statements, and the U.S. based Nexon branch has never been profitable apparently. Like it always loses money every year, right? And so this classic world thing for them because it's coming out in the U.S. like it actually already launched in China but it's like they literally took the very original game and they just put it out there, and it's heavily gacha based. Like China, the
Of
gacha scene is
course.
insane. I'm sure you know this. So
Yeah,
China is
sure.
already a huge cash cow for Nexon, but the U.S. does not make them that much money. Same with Europe. And so, like their whole idea of doing this old school version is to actually get money back from the U.S. based version of the game. And U.S. players are not as into the gacha scene, so they're gonna try and do like the Maplestory, or I'm sorry, they're gonna try and do like the RuneScape style, where they go back to that 2008 version and they just kind of keep adding features and they continue development as if it never went through this huge change like it did in the past 20 years. Um, but it's fun because everyone on Reddit's like looking at this, like, oh, it's not a profitable company. That's probably why they're doing this founders pack thing. They need to show profitability fast. They have to show revenue fast. Having a revenue like an income stream associated with the launch of the game, like it's probably going to be huge. And if they do well, if it actually turns a profit for the U.S. Nexon, they'll probably get more resources from the global company to give them more engineers, more developers, more product people, and just develop a better and better game, hopefully. So like
Mm,
it's really funny. You have the MapleStory subreddit, like all these younger, like the Gen Z people who are like,
yeah,
this company is so greedy. How could they ask for money for a free game? Like that's terrible. And then you have
what
all
is this mindset?
there's a classic MapleStory subreddit, which is all the people like me who are 30, and we're all like, you know what? Let's just go buy this. Let's give them some good numbers, and then we can, they'll actually bring back this game and put more effort into it and develop it more for all of us who enjoy it. And like we can afford it, right? We're all in our 30s. People have had jobs, like they might have kids, they might have families. Like they can afford a $20, however much this founder pack costs. They can afford 20, 25 bucks. So
Well,
it's just really funny this mindset difference.
yeah, is the classic like basically the same game?
So it's the 2008 version. It's like
Okay.
old school, and then they were doing a bunch of balance changes because back then the game was not balanced. So they're trying to
Oh,
make it so
okay.
every class is like balanced.
Okay.
And then they're fixing other mechanics like there were silly mechanics in the game where you had to actually spend real money to wash your character, which just meant that you increase their health in this background way to survive bosses and stuff.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're
pay to
removing
win.
all that.
Yeah, that's pay
Yeah,
to win.
yeah, that was
That's
pay to
pay to
win.
win.
So they claim it's not going to be pay to win anymore. So there is a lot of balancing, which is cool. Like I would prefer this compared to if they just stuck out the old version of the game like they did in China. Like this is actually like they're putting effort into it. So I'm really hyped. I'm really excited. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I mean the first thing you said about the whole like seeing if like the difference in the revenue streams between China with the gacha system and then it not being as popular in the US and this
Yeah.
founder pack maybe being a test to test the waters about like a quick profit maybe the
Yeah.
cuz since it is a classic launch, it's like a relaunch, then and if people are hyped, then that means that people know that the game was good then. Like if you have such a strong like fan base already, then you know that the game was good. So I think the it you shouldn't really have trouble profiting because you have a good game to base off of. And then yeah, these at least what you're saying, the way do you pay is basically like quality of life improvements for the game
Mm-hmm.
where you're
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily just like have cheat codes that, you know, like you still have to play the game,
Yeah.
right?
It's
You
like I mean I think League of Legends is one of like the largest games in the world, and it's never like there were some pay to win aspects of it, but like you don't have to spend any money to still play the game, and it's probably one of the most profitable games out there. So
yeah. But
yeah.
I think a lot of examples of like in the past few years is that whether you do a live service model where you rely on subscriptions and general like pay
Mm-hmm.
one time thing to buy a certain thing, or you have like a one time fee of like $70 for a game, $80 for a game. It's that
Mm-hmm.
as long as the game is good, it's gonna do fine from a
Yeah. Yeah.
financial perspective. Like you'll break even and you'll make profit. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing there is then how much more do you want? And if like you want more
Yeah.
money, then you do need to like do these like founder pack things. Like you just need to like offer like slightly like just small quality of life improvements for like a somewhat higher profit. So,
And I'm really curious too how these work because the fact that Nexon's already a public company, like you kind of have this VC tech playbook where it's all about just growing the numbers of people playing or growing the numbers and just focusing on that, like Facebook, for example, and then figuring out how to monetize it and make money and then squeeze it. Like Uber, for example, right? Uber used to be so much cheaper. And now it kind of like gets so expensive because it was all about growth and then it's about how do we monetize and get every dollar out of the customers. So I do think we'll probably see something similar, but regardless, like the first couple of years of Uber was awesome. Hopefully, we have that with the MapleStory release
yeah,
too.
and as
The
long as
first
you're
few years are
having
good.
fun and the MapleStory game is good, then
Yeah.
as long as you can like basically ignore their offers, unless you know
Mhm.
you just like want to pay $5 to, just have some fun, then I think it should be in a good spot.
We'll keep checking in though. Yeah, dude. That's hype.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about that a little bit because it's been something I've been following very closely, and I'm really excited
Yeah, it's
about.
like
Yeah.
less than 2 months away. Are you getting the general launch, or are you gonna do
No,
this founder
dude, are
pack?
you kidding
Okay,
me?
yeah, you're
Yeah,
hyped.
I think
Okay,
somebody.
okay,
My
I'll
birthday's
wait.
in late September,
Yeah, I'll
so I'll
get a
probably get
nice
that as like
birthday
a
treat.
birthday gift. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool, man.
Cool, man.
Maybe I'll check it out if you
Dude, hop on, man.
stream.
I think I have other couple friends too that are gonna join, so it should be hype. We can make a little guild together.
Sweet.
Cool, dude.
Well, yeah, that
But yeah, I
was
think that's
episode
it.
35 of the Water and Time podcast. Talked about some Odyssey things, maybe some Tom Holland related things with film industry in general, and coughing.
Yeah, dude. Alan's sick. We'll see if he survives until next week. But that could be it for the Water and Time. Water and Time episode 35. We'll see you guys next time.
See y'all.
Keep it flowing.